got a minute until yoga. Waiting for somebody to log on. Somebody is. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Chris. I wish I could see you guys in face. Hi, other Chris. We have both Chris's, but spelled differently. I hope everybody's doing okay today. I'm not sure if I am or not. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Another Chris. Hello, hello. We have 3 Chris's in the house. No, that's the same other Chris. Hi, yeah, you're saying hi to me. Oh, it's good. I'm glad you guys could come tonight. Make some time for yourself in all this craziness. We have a Kathy in the house. Hi, Kath. Woohoo. Well, it's Wednesday. We're not in the gym, but we're here physically distancing, but socially together. I hate the word social distancing. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I'd much rather we call it physical distancing instead of social distancing, because if no other time than now, we need to socially connect. So that's what we're doing, and I'm so glad you guys are here. Hey, Chiquita. How can you type and be preparing for yoga at the same time? I don't get that. Maybe you're on your phone or something. Anyway, my eyes are so bad I can't see that far away. For class tonight, you may want a block if you have one, or if you don't have it, there's other ways we can modify what we might need it for. Or a big book or something would work as well. A big novel, a big book. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start laying down. We get to lay down early tonight. We're going to lay down on our backs with both hands on the low belly. So just kind of settle into your mat. Welcome yourself to your practice. Try to relax and unwind a little bit. I know this is a really, really challenging time for everybody. Hey, Cindy. We're starting laying down in bound angle. So soles of the feet together, knees wide, hands on the low belly. Just taking a minute to kind of connect with our breath. So tonight's practice is about Anugraha, which is grace. And it's kind of funny because I picked this practice yesterday, I guess, and decided that's what we would work on tonight, because I know in challenging times we have to work harder to find our grace. So I went through the day today. I'm working from home, worked hard all day, and at the end of the day I get an email from my company saying they're reducing our hours and reducing our pay. And I had such a visceral reaction to that news, and I was upset, angry. I was stressed out, right? And so I came upstairs. I'm like, I'm canceling yoga. I don't feel like teaching yoga tonight. Screw it. And then I sat down and I watched the news, and it sort of put everything in perspective for me, right? Like, yeah, things might be a little tight for a while for me, but so many people have lost their loved ones either through death from the coronavirus, or their loved ones are working in hospitals or nursing homes or other medical facilities, and they're not able to be with their families. And so it sort of put me in my place. I stopped my pity party and I said, tonight's practice is about grace, and I need to practice grace. So that's my intention for our practice tonight, is grace. And hopefully we can all sort of shift from the stresses of everything that's going on right now, at least for the next hour, and just sort of reconnect with ourselves, take care of ourselves, nurture ourselves so that we can show grace out in our lives every day. I'll shut up now. I've ranted long enough. You know I could go on, right? At least I have a job. There's plenty of people that don't have any jobs. So I'm coming around, and I appreciate all of you sharing space with me. And know that I am sending lots of love and positive juju to you if you're feeling the stress and pressures and consequences of everything that's going on. We're all in this together. So let's just take 3 slow, deep breaths here. Long, slow inhale through the nose. And maybe sigh it out the mouth. Exhale out the mouth. 2 more on your own. Inhale through the nose. And last one. And just take some stillness. Feel the breath beneath your hands. Notice if there's anywhere you can relax. And nice and easy, let's help the knees back together. And we're gonna hug both knees into the chest. Again, relax the shoulders, the jaw, the muscles of the face. Let everything relax. Just hug the knees in. Waking up the muscles of the low back a little bit. And then we'll release the legs. Feet come flat on the floor. We're going to take figure 4. So we're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. And we're going to lift the left foot up. That knee stays bent. We're going to reach the hands in between the legs and interlace behind that left thigh. Right foot stays flexed. We'll take figure 4 here, getting into that right hip. So the hands are drawing the left knee towards the face as your right elbow is guiding the right knee away from the face. Slow, deep, even breaths. Imagine there's lungs in that right hip and you're breathing right to that space. Relax the shoulders, the neck. And release your grip. Uncross that right foot. We're going to take the feet about as wide as the mat. And we're going to let both knees fall over to the left for a counter stretch for that right hip. Stay here just like this. If you want to take it further, you can bring that left foot on top of that right knee. It just adds a little bit more pressure there. But if you've got bad knees, that may not be the best idea. And again, staying focused in your breath. So we're going to be doing some graceful moves tonight in theme with our intention of grace. What does grace mean to you? If that left foot is on top of the right knee, go ahead and lower it. We'll bring both knees back up. Walk the feet back closer together, and we'll take that on the other side. So the left ankle crosses over the right knee. We reach through, interlace behind the right thigh. Left foot stays flexed. Draw that right knee towards the face as the left elbow guides the left knee away. Figure 4, we breathe. Keeping your attention and your focus on that left hip. Feel the breath in the pose. And as you're ready, release that right foot, uncross the left leg, feet come about as wide as the mat, and we let the knees fall to the right. Arms can be wherever you want them to be. Stay here, or maybe that right foot comes on top of that left knee. Maybe not. Nice little counter stretch for that left hip. Challenging situations call for grace, but damn, that's the hardest time to show grace. When your emotions are high, who wants to show grace? We want to just react. And maybe that's okay. Maybe we need to react and then gain perspective, kind of like what happened to me, not on purpose tonight. So uncross that right, or if your right foot was on top of your left knee, remove it, come on back up, hug both knees in again to the chest. And we're gonna rock and roll. So we're gonna, if you'd like to rock and roll with me. We're just gonna rock up and back, give that spine a nice massage. And we're gonna meet in down dog. So go ahead and come on up. Bring the hands out. And step it back to down dog. Maybe walk your dog, wake up at the backs of the legs. Really push away from the mat with the hands to bring the hips back over the heels. Don't have any connection to lowering those heels to the earth. Knees can be bent, lots of length in the spine. You do what works. Walk it out, maybe a little sway side to side. Letting the mind fall into the body. Good. On your next inhale, we're just going to gently step or help that right foot up by the right thumb. And we're going to lower that left knee. You can untuck those left toes. And this might be where you want your block or your book. So if you have a block, put it on the outside of that right shin. And we're just going to kind of lift up. If you don't have a block, you can have that right hand on the right knee. But we're going to take a side bend here. So we're going to inhale the left arm up by the left ear. And we're going to take a side bend over to the right. Finding your balance here. Maybe you wiggle and jiggle and fall over. That's okay. And breathe. Wake up that left side body. Good. Come on, back up. Release the left hand to the foot. Set your block to the side. Plant the hands on either side of that right foot. We're going to tuck the left toes under. Lift that left knee. Then we're going to set up for warrior two. So we're going to flatten that left foot so that it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. Check for heel to arch alignment. And then we're going to follow that left arm all the way up to warrior two. So hips are square to the long edge of your mat. That right knee's in line with that second toe. Relax the shoulders down. Reach out through the fingertips. And then gently flow into reverse warrior. So the left hand comes to the left thigh, right arm up by the right ear. And then we're going to cartwheel it all the way back down so the hands frame that right foot. Pivot on the left toes. Draw that right foot back to down dog. And we'll take that on the other side. So we're going to gently step that left foot up by the left thumb. Lower that right knee. Grab your block to the outside of that left shin. So we're in low lunge. We're going to lift the torso up, or that left hand can come to the left knee. Inhale the right arm up by the right ear. And take your side bend over to the left. This time breathing into the right side body. Good. Come on up. Release the hands to frame that left foot. Tuck the right toes under. Lift the right knee. Flatten that right foot, setting up for warrior two on the left. So that right arm leads. We land in our warrior two. Relax the shoulders. Soften the gaze. And reverse warrior. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm up by the left ear. And then cartwheel the hands down to frame that left foot. Come up on the right toes, draw it back to your down dog. Nice and easy with a lot of focus. We're going to walk the feet up to the hands. And take a forward fold here. Let the head hang heavy. Let it all relax. Knees can be bent as much as you like. And then we're going to take the arms wide, flat back. Come all the way up to stand. And draw the hands down to heart center. So you're facing the front of your mat. We're going to inhale both arms up by the ears. The fingers are going to grab that left wrist. Can't see my hands. We're going to reach up and take a side bend over to the right. Good. Release the right hand. Stay in your side bend. Interlace the fingers. We're going to reach the hands out to the right and circle all the way down to the earth. Forward fold. And then we're going to take the arms out in front, strong flat back. We're going to lift all the way up. And then take the palms, turn them up on an exhale. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, release it all down. Other side. So inhale, both arms up by the ears. Left fingertips interlace or wrap around that right wrist. Reach up and over for a side bend to the left. Draw that right shoulder back. Stay here, but interlace the fingers. Circle around to the left and down to forward fold. On an inhale, arms reach out, flat back all the way up. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, release. One more time to each side. Inhale, arms up. Right fingertips, left wrist, side bend right. Interlace the fingers on your exhale. Lower it down to the right. Inhale, arms out, straight back. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Side bend to the left. Interlace the fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle it around, down to forward fold. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, release. Nice. So go ahead and inhale the arms up by the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. And we're going to step back to plank. Knees up or down. You do what works for you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Focus on grace. Good. On an exhale, we're going to lower to the mat. Knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, rise it up to cobra. Exhale, release. And we're going to bring the hands, palms down, back by our hips, setting up for locust pose. So on an inhale, we're going to lift it all up. Arms, feet, legs. Maybe the feet stay down if that feels better for you. Great pose to strengthen the whole back side of the body. Focus on your breath. Maybe you've got a little shake happening. I think I do. Good. Release it down. Hands come under the shoulders. We're going to push it up to tabletop. So, check to make sure the shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow here. So on an inhale, belly drops, shoulder blades draw together, chin lifts, hips lift. And on an exhale, we reverse it. Scoop out the belly, widen the shoulder blades, chin drops. Flow with your breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Keep the mind focused on the spine, that flexion and inflection in the spine. One more round. Go ahead and lower the hips back to child's pose. Arms reach out in front and relax. Forehead rests on the mat. I can't see anything. Let any unwanted thoughts or any ungraceful thoughts or actions, let those just empty out into the mat. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back up to table. Leave the hands where they are. Tuck the toes. We're going to lift the hips up to down dog. We're going to move into half pigeon pose. This is for you, Stace, or Tracy, if you're there. We're going to bring the right knee up to the right wrist and then kind of walk that left foot back, landing in pigeon pose. I don't know if you can see this. So that right heel can be in close to the groin. To make it more intense, you bring that shin more parallel to the short edge of the mat. But we want to make sure both hips are pointing towards the top of your mat. We don't want to fall off over into that right hip. You can also put a block under that right hip to give you a little support if that feels good. Another completely different option is bending that left leg and sitting like this. So figure out what works for you tonight. Find your pigeon pose, reach up, and then maybe you find a sleeping pigeon. So maybe that's bringing your forearms to a block. Maybe you stay upright, forearms to block, forearms to earth. Maybe you rest your head on your hands. But we're going to take a pranayama here. We're going to do a breathing exercise to gradually lengthen your breath. So I'm going to count us through it. We're going to just gradually elongate the breath. So go ahead and let all your air out. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Resume normal breathing. Gently walk yourself back up. We're going to tuck those left toes under and we're going to come all the way up into three-legged down dog to counter stretch that right hip after this deep opener. So we're going to lift off that left heel, weight into the hands, draw it back to down dog, right leg all the way up. And then it opens out to the left. So that right knee bends, right foot comes over to the left. Feel that counter stretch. And inhale it back to center. Exhale, release to down dog. And breathe. Other side. We're going to inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale. Bring that left knee up to the left wrist. Walk that right foot back. Place that block under the left hip if that helps to keep the hips squared forward. Left heel into the groin or more parallel. You do what works. And we're gonna inhale, lift it up. Exhale, sleeping pigeon. Forearms to block or the earth. Maybe the head rests. Breathing into that left hip. We'll take another round of that pranayama, shifting our energy through. So go ahead and out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Resume normal breathing. Nice and easy. Come on up. Bring the hands flat. We're going to tuck those right toes under. Lift off that right knee. Press into the hands. We're going to bring that left foot all the way up and back. And on an exhale, it's going to bend the knee. Left foot falls off to the right. Counter stretch for that left hip. Three-legged down dog. Keep that weight in that left hand. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower that foot down to down dog. Good. Go ahead and lower the knees to table. Sit to the side of your feet. And we're going to take the right leg and extend it out at a diagonal. That left foot, sole of that foot's going to come to the inner right thigh. Kind of remove your fluff if you have any back there. If you don't, I'll lend you some. Good, let's inhale that left arm up by the left ear. We're going to take a side bend over that right leg. So maybe the hand stays on the shin, the knee, the ankle. Maybe the peace fingers grab those right toes. Draw that left shoulder back. Big side bend for that left side body. And inhale it back up. Release the left arm down. We're going to square the shoulders over that right straight leg. We're going to walk out for a forward fold here. Connect with your breath, connect with your grace. Good. Walk it back up. Lean back on your hands. We'll switch the cross of the legs. So the left leg extends out to the side. Sole of the right foot's to the inner left thigh. We're going to inhale the right arm up by the right ear. And take a side bend over that straight left leg. Draw that right shoulder back. Direct the breath to the right side body. Back up. Square the shoulders over that straight left leg. Walk the hands out any amount over that left leg. So we kind of come to our edge and then let the head drop. Working to avoid a lot of rounding in the back. Walk it back up. We're going to bring the hands back around, come up to table. Take the hands a little ahead of the shoulders, tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the hips up to down dog. Good. On your next inhale, that right leg extends straight up and back. On an exhale, knee into chest. Shoulders over wrists, step or help that right foot up by the right thumb. We're going to lower that left foot, setting up for warrior two again. So check for your heel to arch alignment. Lead with that left arm up to warrior two. We'll find a little more grace here. We're going to flow from reverse warrior to side angle. Right forearm to the right shin, left arm up by the left ear. We'll flow a couple more times. Reverse warrior, side angle. Good. Come back up to your warrior two. Take a couple breaths here. Gaze out over those right fingertips. Relax the shoulders. And then bring the hands to the hips, straighten the right leg. Pivot on that right heel. Then we're gonna kick the heels in one click so the toes are pointed out. We're gonna inhale both arms up by the ears, and with a flat back on an exhale, we lower it down, inhale it back up. Try to keep the legs and the back straight. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Last one, lower it down, inhale it up. And then we're gonna come halfway, so the shoulders come under the wrists. That would be interesting, right? I meant the wrists come over under the shoulders, and we're just gonna flow, bending one knee at a time. Back and forth, nice and easy. Maybe it's a big bend, maybe it's a little bend, it doesn't matter. One more to each side. And come back to the middle. One leg forward fold. Bring it back up to halfway lift. We're going to walk the hands back to the front of the mat. Square the hips forward, so we're back in lunge. And then on an inhale, we're going to bring that right leg back to down dog. Right leg lifts up. Another 3-legged dog. Let it fall off to the left. And breathe. Straighten it back up. Lower it back down. We're going to lower the hips to come to plank. Knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga, your choice. Untuck the toes, press the toes into the floor. Inhale, your cobra. Exhale, release. And push it back to child's pose. Little break before we do the other side. Good, rise it up. Tuck those toes under, hips lift up to down. Left side this time, so inhale that left leg straight up and back. Exhale, knee into chest, step it through or help it up there. Flatten that right foot, setting up for warrior 2. Check your alignment. Lead with that right arm up to warrior 2. Gaze out over those left fingertips. And we'll find our graceful flow here. So reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Last one. And back up to warrior 2, breathe. Hands to hips, straighten that left leg, pivot on the left toes, kick the heels in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, straight back, straight legs, lower it down. Inhale it up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale, inhale, and come to bring the hands under the shoulders, and we'll rock side to side, a little or a lot. Maybe you're going all the way into a squat. maybe not. Whatever your flow, back and forth. Come back to center. Find your wide leg forward fold. And lift back up to halfway. And we're just going to heel toe the feet together. Landing in a forward fold. Let's take a halfway lift. Exhale. Drape the torso over the thighs and breathe. Bring a good bend into your knees. Draw the low belly in, and we're going to round the back and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Shoulders and head are the last thing to lift. And just kind of shake it out a little. We're going to take tree pose. So if you know you like a wall, a chair, anything to help you balance, grab it. So we'll root down through the four corners of that left foot. So that's the big toe mound, little toe mound, inner and outer heel. Imagine there's roots growing down into your mat. Find a little spot to stare at on the earth in front of you. That'll help with your balance. And we're going to kick that right knee out to the side. Hips stay forward. So the right foot's acting as a kickstand here. That's a beautiful tree, isn't it? Option to stay here or bring the sole of the foot to your calf. Or all the way up, help it up to the inner thigh. We just want to avoid the foot against that left knee. Anything else is game. All right, so we should do some graceful moves here since we're working on grace. So let's inhale the arms up. Keep your eyes on your drishti, your little spot to stare at. Trees fall over all the time. Good. Flow your arms in whatever way feels good to you. One more. I can't tell if anyone else is falling over. All right, hands to hips with control. Bring that right knee forward. Lower it down and shake out that left leg you were standing on. I hope somebody else fell over with me. Is that grace? With my words. All right, other side. So we're going to root down through all four corners of that right foot. Find your drishti, your little spot to stare at, a few feet in front of you on the earth. Kick that left knee open, hips stay forward. Kickstand. Calf or thigh. There's no competition in yoga. You do what feels best in your body tonight. Draw everything to the midline so the foot presses into the leg presses into the foot. And find any kind of flow that feels nice, that feels graceful. Hands to hips. Bring that left knee forward. Lower it to the earth with control and shake out that right leg. And let's go ahead and have a seat. So bring the legs straight out in front of you. We're going to do a nice seated forward fold. Maybe I'll go in a diagonal so we can see each other. So again, we're going to remove any fluff that might be back there. So you really feel your sit bones rooted into the earth. Long straight spine, reach the crown of the head up. Flex your feet and imagine drawing the little toe side of your foot towards your torso. Legs can be a little bent if that feels better, if your hamstrings are tight or straight. You do what works. Inhale the arms up by the ears. We're going to hinge at the waist to keep that length in the spine. And you're going to come to your edge. Where you're like, yep, that's as far as I'm going. Hang out there. Let the head drop. Slow, deep, even breaths. Gently walk yourself back up. And we'll bring ourselves down onto our back. Maybe it's not graceful how we get here, but we're lowering down onto our back. We're going to hug both knees into the chest. Maybe lift the forehead up to the knees. Squeeze everything into a tight ball. And then relax the head and neck. And we'll take happy baby. So the knees side kind of towards the armpits. Knees stay bent, but the feet point up to the earth. Up to the earth. Good God. Up to the ceiling. So hands can be behind the thighs, drawing the knees down. Hands can be on the calves, drawing the knees down. Ankles. Or maybe the hands reach up to the outside of the feet. Reach the tailbone straight out in front, so that brings a little arch to the low back, that natural arch that comes into our lumbar spine. And gentle pressure down, getting into both of those hips. As we cool down, getting ready for Shavasana. Maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe as you rock, that leg that you're rocking towards extends straight. Maybe not. Just a little more rock. Massaging that low back. And then keep that right knee hugged in and send the left leg straight out. That left leg is active. Right knee hugging in. Slow down and lengthen your breath. This is wind relief pose, so it's another pro. Check in the pro column for home yoga, right? Nobody knows if you're farting. And send that right leg out. Hug the left knee in. Right leg strong and active. Elongated breath. And release out into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Take up some space here. Let the legs go about as wide as the mat. Let the feet flop open. Maybe you lift up the chest a little bit, draw the shoulder blades together, then relax it down to open the heart center. Arms out wide. Palms up. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Make any final wiggles or adjustments you want to make to get yourself comfortable. Noticing everywhere your body is coming in contact with the earth here in Shavasana. Allow yourself to feel heavy. Feel the effects of the class reverberate through the body. Let yourself be heavy. So we've been talking about grace tonight, and showing grace to others is a matter of dealing kindly with them, even when they don't deserve it. And that's hard, right? So recognize that it's hard, and all we can do is remember grace as we move through life and ways that we can show grace. So one of the ways we show grace is with our words. So when speaking with people, we can try to use words that are kind and gentle. Obviously, there's times when we need to correct people, but it never needs to be done in a hateful or a mean-spirited way. Find a gentle way to say what needs to be said. Another way to show grace is to look for the needs of others. There's plenty of that right now, right? So can you help someone in a small way? In some small way. Maybe it's holding a door for someone, or any other simple thing to do. Small action that can sometimes help in a great way. So don't just look for opportunities to fulfill monumental needs. Our ability to change other people's lives with lots and lots of money or heroic actions, they're seldom within our grasp. But we can affect people every day with simple kindness. We can have a graceful presence. We can take opportunities to be with someone in a time of grief or other difficult time. They don't need you to deliver some special speech or do anything grand for them or their family. Your presence may be all that's needed to show that you love them. Forgive with grace. When someone asks forgiveness, accept their apology graciously. They've come to you honestly asking for your pardon. That's not the time to tell them why they should have done so earlier or in a different way. Learn to say, "I'm sorry." When you make a mistake, swallow your pride, ask for forgiveness. Keep short accounts. When you need to apologize, do it quickly, and don't keep a running total of how many times they've done wrong towards you. Forgive, even if they don't ask for it. Grace can go a long way to repairing a relationship. Say thank you to show grace to others. Take time to say thank you. It doesn't cost anything. Take interest in others. Really listen to others when you're talking to them. Stay present. Stay present in the conversation with active listening, not thinking about what your next response is going to be. Be curious and interested in what others have to say. And I just kind of came up with the last one. I was thinking as we were flowing that I needed to show grace to myself today with the story I told earlier. Like maybe it was okay for me to have that really strong reaction. And maybe it was okay that I eventually was able to put it into perspective. Maybe that was grace. Maybe I need to cut myself some slack, allow myself some grace. So just settle in to your breath, to your body, and think about what grace means to you and what ways maybe you can show a little bit more grace in the next week or so. We'll have a few minutes of silence and then I'll cue you out. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring some small movements to your fingers and to your toes. And as you're ready, reach the arms up by the ears, the legs straight out in front of you. Reach, reach, reach in both directions. And let the arms, let it all relax to the earth. Bend the knees or hug the knees in and roll off to either side, resting your head on your arm to savor a few breaths here in the space between. Keeping the gaze lower to the eyes closed, go ahead and push into the earth with your hands to bring yourself up to an easy seated position. And once there, we'll press the palms together in front of our heart center as our gesture of closing this practice. I invite you to hold grace in your heart, hold grace in your mind, hold grace in your spirit. And let's say thank you to ourselves for showing up tonight, even when we didn't feel like it. I'll speak for myself. We're here, we did it, and I know I feel better. And I hope you do too. We express deep gratitude to these bodies of ours for moving as perfectly as they did. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the Spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace, because it's also within me. And in sharing these things, we are united. We are one. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are all healthy and happy, and well, maybe happy's a stretch, but maybe you're just okay, and that's okay. All right, love you guys. See you next time.